Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with blue-black Exhume. It's true that a lot of opponents have trouble dealing with a turn 2 5/5 hexproof. However, you can play fair Gurmag Anglers in your Reanimator deck in whatever matches you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video or subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. All right, well, we have Chainer's Edict and we have Exhume, so all we have to do is hit a land, and we can evoke Muldrifter into Exhume, which isn't bad. It will help us hit the rest of our land drops. We have 2 counterspells that we can't cast because we don't have double blue mana. We're also on Mistmatch lands. What's up, Dizzlestorm? This is kind of a complicated keep here. I think we kind of do. We have our 2 lands, we have an Exhume. Riverwinder's a live draw, any land is a live draw. I think I'm going to keep it. We even have a Chainer's Edict if we just draw absolutely abysmally, but we can cast so much of the stuff in our deck with just this, so I think I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to go turn 1 Swamp, because it might slow our opponent down on casting creatures, even though we have these counter spells in hand. Yep, looks like we're against some kind of Tron. Or maybe even just, is it control? There's Doomblade. All right, well, we have to find another blue source soon. Hey, Breadlord, welcome back. How you doing tonight? Glad to have you again. Oh, is this the spice? Opponent's going to preordain. What's going on here? Is this like blue-red Galvanic Blast Tribal? Kind of like it. Can't have 6 because we got all kinds of stuff we might want to do. What are you on, Broccoli? 1 card on top, 1 card on bottom. So we have to draw a land pretty soon. We do not want to be discarding to hand size. All right, deck, come on. I'm pretty sure this is a 22 land deck. Let's have a peek. Yeah, 22 land deck. So we should be hitting our land drops pretty consistently. Unfortunately, we're not. Opponent going to begin casting. They're going to evoke a Muldrifter. Okay. Haunted Fengraf. So this is Tron with an artifact land, which is interesting. I feel like I've seen that out of Tron before. I'm trying to remember why they ran artifact lands, but I can't really remember. We really have to hit a land here. All right, well, Augur isn't a land, but that's okay. Oh yeah, no, Datuno, it is starting exactly as it should. I think we'll take another Exhume. So our opponent probably pretty wary of what's happening here. We'll pitch Muldrifter to hand size so that we can Exhume it out next turn. Our opponent with a Muldrifter in the bin as well. So we wouldn't mind finding a way to interact with their graveyard. We have Bajuka Bogs and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't know if we want to let them get Muldrifter back with Exhume. It's kind of a tough bet. We really do have to find land, though. Opponent going to tap a mana. They're going to Flame Slash. Okay. This is a pretty weird Tron deck if it is a Tron deck. But we've got some value on our side for sure. This deck just kind of bleeds value. I feel like they're also going to have a really hard time dealing with Gurmag Angler if it resolves. I think we should expect a cantrip here probably. Fairy Miscreant. Okay. We find our 3rd land drop. I like that. So we'll pass. We have Counterspell, Doomblade, and Chainer's Edict. I'm not going to fire an Edict off here. There might be a Ninja coming our way, and we want to at least try to Doomblade it in their combat step, which I think is what's going to happen here. So they're going to go for Ninja, and they might have backup for it. Or they're just going to peck in for 1. Okay, sure. But I'm not above just Doomblading this right now. I don't really know about that Dominate 5/3/8. We have lots of stuff to do with our mana. Opponent's going to counter with Spell Stutter Sprite. That's a little unfortunate. Turn comes back. I guess we could cast it with the amount of mana we have on board, but I wonder if they have another Spell Stutter in hand. This is weird. All right, well, we're going to pass. Yeah, we probably can't Exhume it right now, but I think it does more in our graveyard than it does in our hand. We're kind of on the slow back foot here. So we're waiting to basically run them out of advantage. We can interact with their graveyard as well. And if they have to sack this Haunted Fengraf to get their creature back, then we're in pretty good shape. So we're not going to see Ninja here by the looks. We'll go for the Doomblade play again. I wish we had a Sweeper main deck. They let it go. Okay. Echoing Decay. All right. So we will Chainer's Edict you. Pass a turn. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. We'll probably draw into another Muldrifter, an Angler. Riverwinder would be okay. Especially, I think Riverwinder presents such a threat that it's almost worth giving them the Muldrifter back, but we kind of want to wait until they sack their Fengraf. He evokes a Muldrifter. Okay, sure. This could be a matchup where decking matters. But if we keep missing our land drops, we might have to give them Drifter. Where there's something to do instant speed. It will let us hit our land drop, but we don't want to be dead to Ninja if they like flash Spell Stutter in here to get it down. So we're just gonna pass. We'll Alchemy on their end step if we have enough mana to do that. We're taking our time here. Yep. I don't think that's worth firing off an Echoing Decay for, especially where we could Alchemy into a Gurmag Angler. Opponent passes. Okay. So we'll Alchemy. This is definitely an interesting deck. I think we'll take Dimir Aqueduct. It's going to give us the best opportunity to hit more land drops as we go. That's a little awkward. All right, well, Aqueduct back a Swamp. And pass. Missing land drops is definitely bad for us. If this is a control mirror, then missing land drops is not what we want to be doing. So let's see what this is. See if we, yeah, so there goes Fengraf. They're gonna get back at Fairy Miscreant. Okay. Fairy Miscreant comes down. Yep. Considerably less of a 2-for-1 now, but potentially a 2-for-1 nonetheless. They have 5 mana. I wonder if they're gonna risk the Muldrifter here. Here comes Ninja. Okay. Yes. So we're gonna find out if they have another Spell Stutter or not. But absolutely missing a land drop was bad. If we were up a land drop here, we'd be able to counterspell. There's another Spell Stutter spread. Okay. So pretty well on the back foot here. Wonder how we kind of turn this around. We probably just didn't get Exhume off early enough. But giving them back a Muldrifter is so brutal. I imagine we're not very good against the Muldrifter draw. Well, there's Deadweight, which is a way to deal with Ninja. Doesn't put us too far behind. And we can Alchemy Counterspell on their turn. So we'll just pass again. Bojuka Bog would be an amazing draw, obviously. So if we can Alchemy into Bojuka Bog, we might be in okay shape. But our opponent does have a clock on us now. So you think like Flurry of Horns, kind of fairy-based deck? I can see that. Swift Watercliff's going to gain them some life. We don't have any Wrath's main board either, so we got to get a Drifter down to start blocking this stuff. And then there's a Drifter we can hardcast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'd rather just have Preordain. I don't really think we have time to hardcast Drifter. Maybe even taking a land isn't that bad. But we need to find our Bojuka Bog, so we'll take Preordain. There's Riverwinder. All right, so let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't cast Riverwinder. Let's Preordain. We'll probably Exhume. There's Angler. Okay, so Angler on top, Disfigure on bottom. And let's cycle Riverwinder. We might find Bojuka Bog. Augur. Okay. So I really don't want to go down Counter Magic. I'm not sure what they could be representing here. So we'll eat a bunch of our not that important stuff in our graveyard. Try to play Angler. We might have to force this through with Counter Magic too. They're going to Counterspell. Okay, well, we will Counterspell back. And do they have additional counters? Oh, wow. Okay. So opponent on double counter. Well, we really got to find this Bojuka Bog, gang. Counterspells seem pretty good against us. All right, opponent attacks for 3. We go to 10. I wonder if they sideboard out their fairies against us. Preordain. Yep, we're tapped out. Let's see what they pitch. One card on top, one card on bottom. All right, just hitting land drops. I wonder if this is a devious cover-up deck too. All right, so we have enough mana to flashback Edict and Alchemy now. Counterspell in hand. We can't keep taking damage off of these, which is kind of the biggest issue. But they have Firebolt flashback to kill our Muldrifter on their turn. So I think giving them a Muldrifter and then letting them kill ours isn't really an advisable thing to do. I don't know what instant and sorcery we would even be looking for with Augur of Bolas. I think we're just going to pass with Counterspell up and then potentially flashback Forbidden Alchemy. But yeah, that was totally backbreaking. Them having Muldrifter in the bin on turn 3 just like totally killed us. Because it makes these dead cards, essentially. Tax, tax, tax. They don't really have to cast anything. We don't have a sweeper. So flashback Alchemy, and maybe we can... Oh, great. Maybe we can find a way to sneak in Drifter next turn, but now I think it just doesn't matter. I think we're just dead. So we'll have to bring in our X1 Hate next game. I'm not going to show them another counterspell. I don't think Fair Miscreant's worth it. I also don't really know if we can fight back here. So we'll go looking. We know that they've got creatures, but we're pretty much dead next turn. So unless Forbidden Alchemy finds me some card that I don't even think we have in the deck, then I think we'll probably just scoop. There's Bog. Bojuka Bog is so interesting. So if we Bojuka Bog, Exhume 2 Muldrifters, this doesn't really give them that much information. And we showed them an Exhume already. So we'll take Bojuka Bog. We know they have Spellstutter Sprite in hand. So untap. Ooh, that's interesting. So Bojuka Bog U. Their graveyard goes away. We will Exhume. Get a Muldrifter. They're probably just on infinite spot removal too, which makes this really complicated. But I think we will still get Muldrifters here. So we'll get a Muldrifter. Draw some cards. And Exhume. See if they want to try to fight over this one. They do. So we will try to counter Spellstutter Sprite. They could just have Burn in hand too. Wow. They had a lot of counters. So we saw 3 of their counter spells this game. And I presume we're dead now. Because we're going to take 4 off of the fairies, and we know that they're on Firebolts. But I think that turn was worth a try anyway. I think just exhuming 2 Riverwinders probably wasn't worth it. They just attack us for 3 in the air, and then attack us for 3 in the air, and we die. And now we have no reasonable way to get Riverwinder back. Yeah, I think we're dead. And it really was. It was because we had Muldrifter in the graveyard, or they had Muldrifter in the graveyard while we were going to try to Exhume. Okay, so this is a little complicated. I think Relic of Progenitus is probably going to be necessary. Man, I love that this deck runs Flood. That is so sweet. I think it's for Tireless Tribe, though. I don't think it's for this deck. Duresses might not be bad, because we know they have a ton of counter magic. I honestly wouldn't mind a Stinkweed Imp. I don't think Spellstutter Sprite's going to do anything. Maybe, like, I don't know. I don't know if we want to get in counter fights with this deck. I think we have enough instant speed removal that we should be able to win most of those fights. Like, this deck seems about as tuned against Delver as it can be, main deck. I feel like we should win. We just have to Exhume quickly and we win. I don't want to take any of this stuff out for any of these cards. I think all of it is pretty good against Delver. Pestilence is amazing against their creatures, though. So maybe I'll take out Edict, and Pestilence will come in. I think Duress could be okay, but I don't think Duress is actively better than anything else we're doing. I think Edicts are better than Duresses. But I guess having information against this deck is probably important. So I'm willing to try that. We also saw like a jillion counterspells out of them. That's probably why it seems so good, is because they had so many counterspells. I don't think 2 edicts would be that bad. They have so few threats. Because we're kind of counting on Pestilence if we go down that low on Chainer's Edict. Oh, awesome. Well, welcome, Zinken94. I'm almost on duress too. It's hard. It is really hard. Think I should have just given them a Muldrifter? No, definitely not. That's so bad. They have a bunch of spot removal. Like, they had Firebolt in their graveyard. So if we would have done that, they could have, like, untapped, Firebolted, and then started beating us down with Muldrifter while leaving interaction for our next Exhume up. I just don't think that's very good. I don't think Stink Medium's that bad here. It's a flying blocker. And maybe 1 duress. I'm cool with that. Wasn't my Maul? No, I like oh yeah. I liked my mulligan decision. This one's a lot easier. I wish we could have this in our opener just to know we had it. Alright, we still get Pestilence. We kind of get the best of both worlds. We have an Exhume. Let's just try to hit a Riverwinder. We'll keep. Do we want our 4th land right now? This way we know we'll be able to cast Exhume on time. Alright, so we're going to take a little while here, but we're going to see what we can do. Oh, not to get back Muldrifter? No, I think that was right too. Draw the land we knew about. So we're going to go... We know that they can evoke Muldrifter. That's why I want to hang on to this Bojuka Bog. We're going to use it next turn anyway. We might want to evoke our own Muldrifter. We have 3 Aqueducts we could hit. We could also draw removal we're probably not going to use next turn. So I think I'm going to Bojuka Bog here. And just hope they don't have an early Drifter like they did last time. Alright, what are we going to see? More tap lands. Pretty unsurprising. This would be that key moment if we could just like sneak a Pestilence in. They like play a fairy. We'll just leave it there. All right, pass one more time. Playing Evolving Wilds because we have a second to commit a tap land and we can go get a swamp with it. And if they make a creature with like a big butt, then we can just like put our Pestilence on board and leave it there forever. We might... Thank you very much, Fluff. I appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Yeah, late evenings. That's tough, man. That's tough. I hope your work treats you well regardless. All right, now we got to make some sketchy plays to try to get an Angler out. And then resolve a Cartouche on an Angler and win the game like that. Cartouche on Angler is probably pretty good. Although I'm pretty sure we can expect them to have bounce spells now. Let's see what they want to do. I could use like 1 more card in my graveyard. Like exactly 1 more card in my graveyard. And yeah, I'm working on the beard. I think I'm going to go down to the barbershop, get it done. Oh yeah, Gurmfather. Gurmfather is always the best play when it's possible. All right, turn comes back. We find Island, so we'll play an Island, pass turn. Hand currently doesn't do anything, but I'm kind of okay playing Drago for now. I'm going to flash in Spell Stutter. No, they're going to Una's Grace. Okay, sure. Digging through their deck. I don't want to not represent something here. So I want to keep not F6ing, even though clock might become an issue. All right, so we want to get some counter magic out of their hand. How many does this put in my graveyard? 5? Which put us up to 6 cards in the bin. So let's alchemy. Oh, yes. Hey, thank you very much for the sub HZ Dota. I recognize that name. How you doing, man? How you doing tonight? Come on in. All right. So we found a counter spell. I think that's what we're going to take. And we can use it to force through Angler next turn, or force through Pestilence next turn. And for now, we're going to try to cast Angler. Unfortunately, eating Forbidden Alchemy. We'd like all the Forbidden Alchemies we can get. They might have hard counter here. They had every hard counter last game, so... Was this exclude? No, just hard counter. All right. How you doing, man? Whelps, whelps, whelps. We are definitely whelping a little bit tonight. But hopefully we can kind of turn the corner against Fairy Miscreant here. I think we'll see a Ninja now, which makes next turn kind of awkward, because I think that means we have to let Ninja attack. Yeah. So we can force Pestilence through with a counterspell, but we can't kill Ninja. So they're going to get to draw a couple of cards, but I feel like they have so few answers for Pestilence, unless they brought in something like Snap against us. And it doesn't really matter how many cards they draw while we have Pestilence on board. It turns off Spell Stutter Sprites. So I feel like they'll just have no way to win the game, unless they have bolts to... Well, they have Galvanic Blasts, so maybe they'll get Galvanic Blasts and try to kill us like that. All right, Bazooka Bog, I kind of want to wait on, but anyway, we are definitely slamming Pestilence here. And we'll see if our opponent wants to counter, or if they even have counter. If they don't counter this, I'm probably going to try to Exhume Gurmag Angler. All right, so let Pestilence go. We will Exhume Gurmfather. I'm just assuming they don't have counter magic, but that was a pretty good turn for us. So let's see what their play is. If we can resolve this on Gurmag Angler next turn, we're just doing so good. And the reason I'm holding on to Bazooka Bog is because we have enough mana to make it good. It's kind of sketchy using Pestilence while they might be able to kill Gurmag Angler, but that makes Cartouche all the better next turn. We can use 3 mana to resolve Cartouche. We still have 1 left over to ping Ninja down to 0, and we can attack with a 6/6 lifelinking Gurmag Angler. So I think next turn will be pretty good. And then we can Bog to get rid of the Ninja out of their graveyard. But yeah, I think they'll have to use at least 2 removal spells on this. We didn't see any bolts. We saw Firebolt and Galvanic Blast. I think we might need it. So we're going to kill this Ninja and a couple of fairies over the next couple of turns, and we're an Exhume deck, so we want to give them as few creatures in their graveyard as possible. And I can't see us needing more than this much mana next turn. I don't know if we'll fight over Cartouche, though. Kind of depends. Oh, multiple counterspells coming for the Gurmfather. Okay. That's how it's going to have to be. Yep. Kind of unfortunate. So our opponent gets to draw a card, but we still have Pestilence on board. So we're kind of winning the moral... We have the moral victory in hand. And our opponent probably can't kill us with tiny creatures now. All right. Let's Forbidden Alchemy. Let's see what we can find with that. And if we can find a creature... Okay, there's Muldrifter. So it might be time to commit Bog now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so now we have to commit Bog, even though we're going to be killing Ninja, because we need mana to cast Muldrifter plus Counterspell next turn. All right, pass. They're going to get to draw another card off Ninja, but we're going to kill it on their end step next turn. Dragon Fang? Oh, turn 3 Hasty Crusher. Oh yeah, man. That's the truth right there. Oh yeah, no. Crusher is definitely the best creature out there. It's huge. And it's getting new, very cute art, I must say. I definitely appreciate new Crusher art. Opponent is going to Preordain. So the risk, killing Ninja here is a risk, because if it does die, and then we can't play a creature next turn. What's up, Geningdo Ikari01? Welcome. How you doing? So yeah, so if we kill Ninja and we can't commit a creature next turn, then we're in a lot of trouble. So it's almost too risky to even do that. I guess we could go for the Muldrifter play. They can kill it at instant speed before our end step too. So there's all kinds of risks involved with Pestilence here. Maybe bringing in Pestilence wasn't a good idea. Or maybe just like trying to cast Muldrifter next turn isn't a good idea. Yeah, so I'm not even going to kill Ninja here. We'll still try to cast our Muldrifter and we'll fight over it, but we're going to let them keep their Ninja. All right, so play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Muldrifter. And they know we have this. How you doing, Pauper or Bust? Opponent is going to Pyroblast. All right, we will attempt to counter your Pyroblast. Because resolving a Muldrifter is pretty worth. They have 6 cards in hand. Okay, they're going to counterspell my counterspell and get the Muldrifter. Man, they have found counters like crazy these games. All right, 1 black mana up to kill a fairy. Ninja's going to draw them some more cards while dealing us damage. That is awesome. Congrats. Was it a grind to get all the cards you were looking for? Man, this has been a tough one. I feel like we just haven't won a counter war that we've had to win. And our opponents had a Ninja online for 100 years. That also doesn't help at all. They really didn't mind wasting a couple of removal spells on a Gurmag Angler. They're going to evoke a Muldrifter. Yep. We got to find a window here, though. We really have to find a window. Resolve something. They probably just have more counter spells in hand. To cast a creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let's flashback Alchemy. Doing some digging. Riverwinder is honestly pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually am going to take Riverwinder here. I know it sounds crazy. We could have taken a cantrip instead. But if we can find a way to defend it, that might be a way out for us. We can find a counterspell. They have to not have a bunch more heart counters. We've seen 2. Hopefully they don't draw into the rest of them. And if it does get countered, we might be able to find an Exhume and get it back. You've got your Gorilla Shamans. They are hard to find. Canadian Province. Yeah. Oh, Canadian Providence. Oh. I gotta go on later. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe someday. But right now, my quality of life is just pretty okay going on at this hour. Augur of Bolas. That is an interesting suggestion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So you can Augur and Riverwinder with backup. So we should Augur first. We might find protection for the Riverwinder, or we might find an Exhume. Yep. So Augur's going to resolve. We find Doomblade, and now we can kill Ninja instant speed, which is nice. So we'll put these to the bottom. Not necessarily interested in those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left. I wonder if we try to make Augur bolt proof, but I don't think we do. I don't think we risk that. So we're just going to pass. We have Alchemy Flashback on tap here. Plus Doomblade. So we might find an opportunity to resolve the Stripe Whip Riverwinder next turn, but I'm not super optimistic about it. I hope we're just stranding a bunch of useless creatures in our opponent's hand. Pest X2 might just kill us too. No life gain. Well, I guess this is life gain. What's our opponent got? Tapping some mana. Doing a think. Harvest Pyre. So they're going to deal 3 to Augur of Bolas. You got it. Ninja's going to attack. We will attempt to Doomblade a Ninja of the Deep Hours. Do they have the response? They always do. Thinking about just letting it go. We'll lose our Pestilence. So that's a pretty good incentive for them. They're going to Confound. All right, sure. I'm assuming they have more counter magic in hand. Or just like they are on a jillion counter spells. So they're not really worried about it. I'm going to draw another card with Ninja. This is a cool deck. There are so many of these decks going around. And we're at 9. If they have 3 bolts, we're dead. Can they have 3 bolts? No. Or they can, yeah. They also have Galvanic Blasts and 3 artifacts on board. We draw Exhume. So we can try to Exhume a Riverwinder and cast a Riverwinder here, right? Do we have Riverwinder in our graveyard? No, we have Muldrifter. They also have Muldrifter in the bin. We have Angler. This is why holding on to Bojuka Bog is weird. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attempt to cast a Riverwinder. Predicting all the counter magic in the universe. But really all we have to do, if we can get this back onto the battlefield, like then we have to worry about dying to bolts. But if we can like resolve this or Exhume it back onto the battlefield and then find a way to kill their ninja, we might be okay. I wonder if they brought in Curfew. That's a little scary. All right, pass the turn. We'll have to be able to kill their ninja and their Muldrifter in the same turn. But I feel like this is the way we have to win. So let's see what they've got. 3 mana. Stormbound Geist, yep. Can't block Riverwinder. And we see to gain a ton of life from it next turn, hopefully. I guess I could just have more hard counters. Oh man, I would love to have those Chainer's Edicts right now. Opponent, likely no attacks. All right, so let's... Oh man, this is going to be sweet next turn. Let's try to resolve our Cartouche. Hopefully it comes down. But I don't see it. I guess they have to have another hard counter. They might have another one of these Confounds. All right, sweet. So we'll put a counter on Ninja. We have a 6/6 lifelink creature now. Go to combat. And we'll swing. I guess we're going to give them the opportunity to block if they want to. Actually, yeah, I'll probably Pest X1 here. So we'll Pestilence X1. Kill Ninja. That way we'll definitely hit them for 6. So I'm pretty sure they don't have counter magic. I think they're just sitting on a bunch of dead fairies. Gain 6 life up to 14. All right, it took a lot of really careful play to get this far. Pass turn. 5 mana up, 2 of which are Bojuka Bogs. Well, that was quite a bit of value right there. We just gained 6 life, presented a pretty impossible to deal with threat for our opponent, and we can ping their stuff to death whenever they play it. So I think we're going to win this one. Stormbound Geist can't block flyers after all, or can't block non-flyers. Opponent is going to Ninja Stormbound Geist. Okay. Sure. They might have multiple ninjas, so they're just going to like try to get us to ping ourselves, but I don't think any of this matters. So we'll go to 12. They'll draw a card. And they play a land. Back down comes Stormbound Geist, I imagine. Yep. I think we're about to get a little bit more value here. Hopefully. Now they scoop. Sweet. Couldn't beat a Striped Riverwinder. All right, I like it. We're 1-1. So, after seeing all that nonsense, this can't tap flyers, or I'd bring it in. I love this card. I love this so much. I think Relic's getting better all the time. Edict is getting worse, so I'm glad Edict wasn't in the deck. Pestilence is obviously amazing. But I don't know that we want anything else. They have infinite counterspells. So I think the other duress is kind of justified now. They might go down. They might think that we're on... Yeah, Riverwinder is pretty strong. They might go down their fairies now. So, and we're not playing against tribes. So I'm going to take Deadweight out and hope these duresses kind of go all the way for us. Or go a good long ways for us. That was a fun game. That was really fun. Did you guys see how close that was? That was close. Ambitious Riverwinder. He is strong, man. Bogglesnake. Bogglesnake is good times. I think we were just too close to dead, though. I think attacking with Riverwinder, like that game, when I cast that Exhume, we were at 6 life against 4 flyers. So I think I had to play a flying blocker, or I was going to die. That's why that came down. But it is very good against them. Ambitious because of Cartouche. Oh, right. This is a weird hand, but I like it. We have a counterspell to defend something. We can snap Cycle Riverwinder. If it is time to Exhume soon, I kind of like this. We have counter magic. Their deck is good against us. They just have tons of counter magic. Like, we have to play a value game against them, and our deck is just a little bit worse because we don't have counter spells on sticks. And they do. Unless we have Pestilence on board. So maybe we can just resolve another Pestilence and win like that. 2 cards on bottom for our opponent. I like it. Exhume. Oh, we're almost on the nut. Almost on the nut. Okay, so how do we sequence this? So we'll go Dismal Backwater this turn so that we gain a life. We'll cycle Riverwinder next turn or disfigure their 1-drop. And then the following turn we can have 3 mana up, which would be enough to Exhume plus disfigure. If they have Spellstarter Sprite. Yeah. I could go Island and hope we hit an untap land. But I think that's a little sketchy too. We get 2 draws at it. We just don't have a lot of untap mana. I guess committing an untap land and a tap land here is no different though. Because we probably won't disfigure anything here. So I'm going to go Island. We're going to go ballsy. Let's go ballsy, guys. Let's get paid off. Early Riverwinder is probably GG's, and I think our opponent is mana screwed. There's Fairy Miscreant, okay. Okay, they're not mana screwed. Yeah, we're going for it, big time. No whammies. Cycle Riverwinder. Come on. Yes! All right. Draw swap. Exhume. Okay. Proceed. Let the going begin. That was sweet. Hopefully it matters. They might have like curfew. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if this deck would sideboard curfew. That was sweet. That was so sweet. All gas, no brakes. Downhill. Still on the economy driving mode because, you know, you gotta make money. Okay. Now our opponent's gotta go fast mode, and I don't think they're as good at going fast as we are. They can try, but I don't think they are. I'm gonna kill this Fairy Miscreant too. I don't like it. Don't like its face. Hitting more on tap lands would be ideal, but Bazooka Bog. Opponent panicking. Frig, man, I'm panicking right now. I don't blame them. This will give them the opportunity to get a ninja down next turn, and it also lets them counter all of our 2-drops, plus we need something to do with 1 black mana, so we'll kill it. And Dimir Aqueduct. Aqueduct might not have been the play. It does get us 2 triggers off Bazooka Bog. Pass the turn. What's up, Degenerate Game Geek? How you doing? Hope you're having an excellent evening. Opponent, Stormbound Geist. Sure. Doesn't really matter. Can't block Riverwinder. Go to combat. Attack for 5. And now we're going to play 2 Augurs. Turning up our clock, but also kind of presenting... Huh. Or maybe we should just hold up counter magic. We can't really do that. So I don't think leaving up a removal spell matters that much. Ninja is just kind of a non-issue until next turn. So I think maybe finding multiple answers for Ninja right now would be a better play. I don't know what I'd care about sorcery speed. And now if we can resolve a couple of augurs, we don't care about curfew. So let's do this. Doomblade is lovely. So I think we'll take Doomblade. And like I said, we'll have 2 answers for Ninja next turn, which means they probably won't find a way to answer it. I'm definitely in the driver's seat. But, oh man, put a Pestilence to the bottom. Bummer. If we have 2 answers for Ninja, so if they Ninja back the Stormbound Geist, and we have 2 answers for Ninja and just kill Ninja and attack for 7, there's just nothing they can do. Like, they're just so dead. Then we can counter Stormbound Geist on the way back down. I'm going to go to attacks. They're going to attack. Yep. And here comes Ninja. No Ninja. Well, that's really good for us. And opponent passes. Okay. We find Drifty Boy. Well, go to combat and attack. We knew we were doing that. Let's see if our opponent has responses. Attack them down to 2. 3. Attack them down to 3. Yep. And I think we bog them now and leave up our 2 removal spells. Now let's backwater. We might need to bog later. And we'll leave up our 2 instant speed removal spells plus counter magic, and we should be able to seal this up. Opponent going to Harvest Pyre and Augur. You got it. For nothing. Weird. Sure. I think they're mad. Because we should, if they, like, they can't block any of these with this. And we should be able to kill any blocker they play. Yep. Gal Blast that. No Metalcraft. 2 cards in hand. And they scoop the match. Alright. Match shoot. Uggs. Big Uggs. 22 land deck. Starting with a 1-lander. Can't do it. F. Okay, do we keep this 1-lander? If we find an island, we're off to the races. If we start discarding hand size, we're pretty much off to the races. Guys, do I keep this? We could get turn 2 Riverwinder. We all saw how good turn 2 Riverwinder is. It's a 1-lander. We've got 1 draw step. So we got 2 looks at a land. It's a 22 land deck. I'm keeping it. Whatever. No disfigure. Bottom. Go. Sketchy keep of the night, guys. Sketchy keep of the night. Let's draw a land. It usually isn't to keep sketchy, but we just got punished for it, so. It's so good if we hit blue source, though. Oh, Boggles. Well, good thing we have so many Edict effects. I guess we're not. We're probably the slower Boggle deck in this matchup. So this is going to be a lot of digging for Edicts. Yep. And we have removal for this, so that's no big deal. Yep. So this will definitely be cycling Riverwinder. It could be Preordain trying to find Edict. Any new land? Maybe it is Preordain. We're going to miss our land drop here too. So land drop or Edict is good. We'll bottom both of these. They don't do much. Another Angler, okay. Come on, deck. We hit it kind of soon enough, but Stripe Riverwinder just doesn't matter. Because this will get bigger than 5/5 pretty quick. Although they're not really putting up an impressive showing of making anything bigger than a 5/5. So now it's time to cycle Riverwinder. I thought I accidentally cast it. I was like, whoa, but like Moto would never let you do that. All right. Next turn, we'll get our Riverwinder back. We'll kill a warrior and just hope we fade our opponent's massive auras for a minute while we find edicts. But the sketchiness is The sketchiness is intensifying incredibly quickly. Yikes. Big oof. I don't know. Even a turn 2 Riverwinder there probably wouldn't have been that good. So let's evoke Muldrifter. No, we're just dead. We can chump block with Riverwinder. Oh, it feels bad, man. That is not how Riverwinder wanted to live its life. We can chump block with it. I don't know how we win that way, though. It's the only play we have, right? Yeah. Maybe we just don't show them what we're doing. They might not know what we're doing. We're almost 100% dead here. I think we just scoop. I think we're just dead. We chump block this. Nah, F it. I'm going for it. I don't know how can they be better against it, you know? I guess I could like pitch to hand size. Yeah, because we don't have a chance. If we draw land, we don't have edict. If we draw edict, they just sack one of these. So yeah, we're dead. We're like 100% dead. The card that would have won it. Definitely not a Mole Drifter. Okay. So Duress is pretty good in this matchup. We'll get Duresses. We will get Stinky's pretty good. Death Touch and all. So this might be a Spellstutter Sprite matchup because Boggles cost 1, and so do Ethereal Armors. Cartouche, pretty much all of our spot removal is going to come out. So that'll inform what we want to bring in. We still have 5 slots. Pestilence is okay. Flood, is this choose? No. Target? Yeah. Stupid Boggles. All right, so we're going to bring in all the counter magic. I think that's what we're supposed to do. And we'll run it like this. I think that's pretty much the intended sideboard plan. Probably a pretty bad game 1 matchup. This is like a fine hand against just about anything besides Boggles. We will get to resolve a Mole Drifter. We can block something a couple times. We'll have Counterspell mana up by turn 3 for their Ancestral Mask. Yeah, actually, I'm going to keep this. Hopefully we can punch some Boggles in the face here now. All right, so we'll go ahead with turn 1 Island, just in case we hit another untap Island. Oh my goodness, Auraflux. Yeah, you're right. Well, we'll see. Honestly, I do think Auraflux probably should have come in. That was definitely a punt. Go ahead and punt me on that one, guys. Punt has been requested. Evolving Wilds. It's not what we want to be doing. So we'll Dimir Aqueduct. Pick up our island and pass. I don't know how good Auraflux is, but if there was a matchup for it, this is the one. See what our opponent's got. Heliod's Pilgrim. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Thank you, Crooked Sidewalks. Chainer's Edict. Okay, that's not getting any better. But I think we're going to leave up Counterspell here. So we'll play an island, pass a turn, we'll counter a Boggle. It was just a little too late, man. It was a little too late, that's all. Oh, and you were there too, though. Let's see what this is. See if this is worth a counter. Yes. Counter that. Pass turn. They might Boggle this up. Sure. Which means they probably don't have any Boggles left in hand. No, I know, I saw that. I looked up a little bit and I was like, oh wait, they did tell me that. Okay, so I think it's going to be Augur of Bolas Evolving Wilds, oddly enough here. Because that'll help us hit 5 mana on time. So Augur. There's an Exhume. We don't really want an Exhume here. We do want a Counterspell. Play Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. Would have been nice to have an Evolving Wilds earlier. Maybe they found their Boggle. Nope. Just a bunch of mana. Ancestral Mask. So they still have Ancestral Mask. This doesn't have Trample. Nice little consolation prize. I think Augur of Bolas has exhausted its usefulness and will chump block now. Let's go to blocks and chump. So it's going to be Augur of Bolas, looking for more edicts. I think if we want to leave Counterspell up, we should get blue mana here. Playing a weird game because we have Pestilence in the deck now. Bajuka Bog, okay. So play a land. I think we play Mole Drifter because we're looking for multiple answers. Although we can evoke Mole Drifter here. I think that's probably actually the play. No, then we can't leave up counter magic. So let's Augur. Because I wanted to hit 5 mana. It might have been time to Mole Drifter, and I wanted to I wanted to have enough mana for Muldrifter if it was Muldrifter time. If it was indeed the time of the Muldrifter. And some creatures are going to die next turn. Although I think next turn is going to be probably Evoke Muldrifter, Exhume Muldrifter. So we'll just Bazooka Bog them. Get rid of the creature. Leave up counter magic for the next Boggle. Pass the turn. Man, Kenzie, you really lost all faith in me, huh? Alright, so Heliod's Pilgrim, gonna go looking. Edicts are getting a lot worse now. We're gonna have to find a couple, and we're gonna have to resolve a couple. We're gonna get Cartouche of Solidarity, so they're fighting against Edicts. Good thing we also have Pestilence in our deck. Yep. Trump blocking will continue until morale improves. Yep. Opponent's going to attack. Unfortunately, we can't take 11 here. We'll go to blocks. Block 11. Opponent has 2 cards in hand, so we probably can get a little bit more liberal with our counter magic. We really have to find Pestilence. All right, so we will evoke Muldrifter. Probably a little bit more like this. We might hit a cantrip. I found Spellstutter Sprite. Play a land and Exhume Muldrifter. Draw some more cards. There's Pestilence. Okay. I think we might be alright. It's going to be close, but I think we might be alright. So we'll pitch Forbidden Alchemy. We can only kill the warriors next turn. Utopia Sprawl. I don't really have political leanings, honestly. Let's see what this is. 3 mana. Armadillo Cloak, sure. Them gaining life isn't a huge concern for us. That is a lot of life, though. And Ancestral. Oh, it has Trample now? It's a 33-33 Trampler? Yeah, we're dead. Well, Boggles. It has a good hand. Mismatch lands and all. I like it. So we're definitely going to keep it. Augur Boss, Counterspell, Preordain. Can't lose. Opponent on turn 1 island. We'll oblige them. Oh, perfect mana. Never mind. Screw turn 1 island. Or screw turn 1 Preordain. And turn 1 island, for that matter. Opponent on 2 islands. They could flash in Spellstutter and still get Ninja down. And Ninja is just too good against us. So we're going to try not to give them that opportunity. Ooh, they're also blue-black. So is this blue-black 1-drops? Blue-black XDs? Preordain's going to find us some action. Hopefully. And then next turn we can commit an Augur Bolas and start going to town. I think I'm going to bottom both of these. We need action. Or land. That's kind of cool. Let's find... Let's find ourselves a Riverwinder. It kind of feels like it. Oh, that's a lot of untapped lands for Alchemy. And they're missing land drops, so that's really good for us. Especially if it's Alchemy. Do we want to play tap land here and just Preordain again? I think if we even get like a slow clock started, we're probably okay. We probably don't want to bottom Riverwinder if we have the opportunity to find it. So I actually am going to Preordain here. Yeah, Blighted Agent was definitely the one I'm talking about. And welcome to the stream, Proteus. How have you been, man? Bottom. Chainer's Edict. Probably not great here. So we'll play tap land, pass turn. That's true. There's usually a 1-drop. They might be looking for an opportunity to like resolve a Forbidden Alchemy into an Angler or something. Maybe they just don't have the backup. But yeah, this is almost definitely Alchemy. Which means Augur Bolas is going to matter a lot. Yeah, I do. Kayla 180. So if you just type in deck or deck list, you should be able to find the deck list for what we're playing. All right, Augur coming down. Edict fodder. I mean, Chainer's Edict is pretty good against... It could also be Ratlock. That's true. Chainer's Edict is pretty good against control. They're going to Psychic Strike. Oh man, our opponent's putting cards into our graveyard, guys. Is this Mill? Oh my goodness, is this Mill, guys? Thank you very much for the follow, Kayla180. Are we going to see a sweet Dimir Mill deck? I am so in. Oh! Alright. Let's see if they have counter magic. Like, we don't really care about that, but it is their win condition. It's Demir Mill. This is sweet. Alright, we find an alchemy. I don't want to main phase alchemy because we have counterspell. They could have another erasure. I'm stoked, man. Here comes the spiciness. Let's go. They could also have a drifter here. So leaving up counterspell is probably a pretty good idea. Balustrade Spy? What? Yeah, okay. Should I counter this? No, right? Like we might hit a hexproof creature. We're just off to the races. Let's go. What do we find? Aw, dang. Look at the cards. Okay, I have looked at the cards. Alright, we will Forbidden Alchemy. And take... Oh, we'll probably leave Riverwinder. We probably want Augur Bolas. For Edict Protection. So we'll take Augur Bolas. Rest of the stuff in the bin. Find another Riverwinder. Sweet. We only have one more Exhume in the deck, unfortunately, but we might hardcast it at some point. So first we will Exhume. We have Counterspell backup. We'll get Riverwinder. We will cast an Augur of Bolas for Edict Protection. Take a Preordain. Try to find our land drop. I think it was Psychic Strike. There's our land drop. Yeah, let's bottom Augur. Play Island, pass. Yeah, Psychic Strike. So we're giving our opponent a turn here. I want to find an angler now. Edicts. Okay, we saw that coming. So Augur goes down. Do they have another Edict? That would kind of be a beating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Balustrade Spy attacks. Oh, it has flying. Weird. Sure. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. So we'll play a land. We will Edict back. And probably, I'm going to hold on to Riverwinder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we can cast Riverwinder again next turn. Go to combat, swing with Riverwinder. And we can also counter their Chainer's Edict and then cast another Riverwinder. So I feel okay about this. This is pretty sweet. Opponent's going to Edict, so we'll counter that. We're going to get another Riverwinder next turn. So if they want to take 3 turns killing Riverwinders, then so be it. Hopefully we find more counter magic. But we have already seen 2 counter spells. We could find our last Exhume. We could find some Gurmag Anglers. Opponent's going to brainstorm a bunch of times. Plays a land. So they found their 7th land drop for their flashback edicts. Signs in Blood. That does change the clock for us, which is good news. Turn comes back. What do we find? Bojuka Bog. That is so awesome. Okay. This kind of feels unfair at this point. So we'll Bojuka Bog them. They lose their edicts. We attack for 5. Turn off auto yields. Playing for keeps. And Riverwinder? They might have Force Spike. Who knows? We got him. All right, playing against Mill. I really don't know what to think, gang. I don't think all of this targeted removal is necessary. I think Chainer's Edicts are just fine. Exhume is obviously a house. Let's get rid of the Disfigures and Deadweights. We'll bring in Spell Pierce, Spell Stutter Sprite, Spell Stutter Sprite. Actually, Spell Stutter Sprites don't feel that good here. So I'll take out the Sprites, actually. We'll keep the Spell Pierces in. And we probably want a Relic. Maybe Duress? Yeah, I feel like they have some Relic stuff going on. Or a Flux. What do you guys think? Relic? I think Duress could serve us quite well here. It fights through their counter spells and stuff. It's one of these 2 cards that come in. but I don't know which one and for what. I guess Echoing Decay is not as good either. Oh yeah, no. Exhuming Muldrifters is an addiction that all of us should sate. Maybe going down that much removal is a bad idea. Duress sounds good. Yeah, I like Duress. Do you think we're gonna get the old bait and switch here? I think Stinkweed Imp's good. They might just give us a creature. For free. Oh yeah, we did. Get that record going. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we don't have any other fairies to kind of like prop it up, you know? Now I'm on like Stinkweed or Relic, because this could just be a free creature. And if they're trying to kill everything with like Chainer's Edicts and stuff like that, I don't think it'll really matter. Stinky's bad? Really? Cartouche out? Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah, let's take out the Cartouche and bring in a couple of relics. And we'll do it like that. I like Cartouche for the life gain, but we don't have Pestilence coming in or anything like that. So our life total is probably not going to matter. Okay. We can't meme him out with this hand, but we can resolve an early Augur of Bolas to find us an Exhume, so I think I'm going to keep this. Once Riverwinder with Edict Protection is on board, we're just in awesome shape. Plus we can have Counterspell up on turn 3. I don't really know if that matters. We have to take this... Guys. Oh, do we try to meme him out or not? Guys. We might find an untap land. They probably just have Chainer's Edict. I don't think turn 2 Riverwinder is worth the risk. No, I wanted to. I wanted to so bad. And they care about the fairies. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Edict Protection is kind of relevant, but it does have to be both. All right. We the meme team. I don't even think I want to Augur of Bolas here. I think I'm going to leave up Counterspell. But for what, right? Augur of Bolas also doesn't help us draw land and might put lands on bottom. I think we're going to leave up Counterspell and cycle Riverwinder. Because we want to find land. Oh, just because, like, I think, like, Chainer's Edict is a really good card against us, so I don't want them to be able to do that. What do we draw? Bajuka Bog. We do want to hit our third land drop. We also want to Exhume our boy. We can protect it with Counterspell eventually. Yeah, I think that's fair. So we're just going to Augur of Bolas. We're going to wait until we can defend it. They're missing land drops, so if we can find a way or find enough mana to defend Augur of Bolas, then Doomblade was actually probably pretty weak, but we're not really sure what creatures are on, so I probably could even take out Doomblade for Spell Stutters. So we just have to hit an untap land for me to feel confident going forward here. Another Counterspell, okay. Let's play Relic. Continue to leave up Counter Magic. Go to combat attack. And we're in the will counter cantrips mode too. So if they brainstorm or something, I don't know what they must be sitting on. I'm just going to leave it. Okay. What do we draw? Spell Pierce would be sweet here. More Exhumes. Okay, well, I think because we drew another Exhume, I feel okay going for it, and we're not going to be doing anything else this turn, so we'll go ahead. Maybe we'll bait a counter out of their hand and get the opportunity to go for it next turn. Opponent going to snap off the Psychic Strike. You got it. Lose a couple lands in the process. So we'll pass. And for what it's worth, we'll do this now. They're playing real fast, though. Is it Jace's Erasure time? Jason, his Erasure time. Opponent's gonna gush. You got it. Would have liked to hit one of those swamps for next turn. Maybe our deck was gonna be mean and we'll end up... Oh, okay. They're gonna Balustrade Spy. Yep. So we're gonna mill a lot, but we're also gonna go to Riverwinder next turn. Oh, they only hit one? Oh my goodness, tilts. Oh, they must be so mad. Oh, that sucks, opponent. I'm sorry. That's the worst. Mnemonic Wall, eh? Huh. Well, I do not want them to get Mnemonic Wall back. So I think we have to wait on Exhume again. Or we could just crack Relic and cast Exhume. No, we can't do that. That sucks. Well, isn't this awkward? That means we also can't Duress effectively? Do we just Forbidden Alchemy for our land drop? It's also sweet. Alright, so I think we just Edict here. And we'll keep trying to eat away at their graveyard with our Relic. If we can get rid of that Mnemonic Wall. Well, they can get Wall back, right? I guess Wall won't do anything. But we're going to try to get rid of it. Now Balustrade Spy will. Erasure. And Relic. Okay. That's problematic for us. Yeah. True, though. So they get rid of Mnemonic Wall. It looks like they're going for their Balustrade Spy, which we don't really care about. Gonna get us to exile. We'll exile Swamp. And we're going for it this turn. For sure. So we will tap Relic, get them to exile. Right? Play Dismal Backwater. It doesn't really matter because we're going to get the only thing we care about out of our graveyard right now. And it's pretty sweet that they got rid of their creature there. So we're going to Exhume. Get Riverwinder. With Edict Protection. And now we'll Duress. What do you got? A bunch of Gushes, one of which they can cast next turn. They have Crypt Incursion. Crypt Incursion kind of sucks. What do you guys think? This is actually not that easy. Gush does draw a bunch of cards. They can only cast one next turn. And then they'll be able to leave up Psychic Strike. So I think we're going to take Psychic Strike. I think Psychic Strike is what makes their next turn as good as it can be. Yeah. So go to combat, attack with Augur. Now we really need to defend this Augur. Yeah, the second one is going to probably take too long. And we have a million counter spells in our hand, incidentally. Oh, I guess I can't leave up Psychic Strike now. And Crypt Incursion doesn't do anything. So I'm assuming we're going to see Island here. But I wonder what their top deck was. Their hand kind of isn't great right now. $41 cards in library. So Jace's Erasure will trigger on their draw step. We will mill. Yep. What do we find? Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, they mill an Exhume. Bummer. Bummerinos. Yeah, so we should definitely just try to keep Relic up. That's a really good point. Which makes Forbidden Alchemy kind of awkward. I think we should try to Alchemy for an Angler soon, unless they mill both of our Anglers here somehow. Edict and Land, not a big deal. Even one Erasure is sometimes enough. So we saw Island, we saw Gush. They're going to Mind Sculpt us, sure. Still no Anglers. All of our Exhumes are gone, which is kind of a bummer. Delver. And they're going to crack Relic, okay. To draw a card. Bye-bye graveyards. We mill. Dimir Aqueduct, okay. So we will Doomblade, Delver. They have Psychic Spiral and Island in hand, so we don't want that to get too out of hand. We have a bunch of counterspells now to protect us, and we'll do this for defense against Crypt Incursion if we do have to tap out. So we will mill Germfather, and opponent will Erasure. So we'll Spell Pierce. Opponent gonna pass. Go to combat, swing for 1,000,000. I got 1 turn. But I think we got him here. Play a land, pass the turn. Counterspell with Relic backup. It's a sweet deck, though. They definitely got that going for them. Opponent going to tap some lands, gush again, mill some more cards. Yep. Okay. I'll probably just counter Crypt Incursion at this point. It just seems a lot safer. But I guess sacking Relic does fizzle it, right? So maybe it's not worth. Desperation Crypt Incursion. So we will sack Relic. Yeah, we do kind of have a few bodies here. What's up, everybody? Hope you're enjoying yourselves. We just took down blue-black mills. So Forbidden Alchemy with an Exhume in hand is pretty good. We're on the play, so Dimir Aqueduct as our second land drop isn't that big of a deal. Let's do it. Let's go. All the way. Play Swamp. Pass turn. I'm so embarrassed. I have mismatched lands tonight. Well, no, it's okay if it's like every now and then. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it necessarily. But when you're doing it for a really long time, you're just like, man, I gotta stop eating oatmeal every day. You know, you just get to a point where the oatmeal's too much. So we might be playing against Tireless Tribe. Almost definitely playing it. Well, maybe not. Delver. Wub 1-drops. Here they come. Here comes the nasties. Blue-black nasties. So we're probably Echoing Decay, Delver Secrets on our main phase next turn to play around Daze. We have 5/5s to trade with their 5/5s that are black. So if we can deal with Flip Delver, some amount of their aggression is dealt with. They might have a Spell Pierce. This deck's scary, man. This is a good deck. You burnt your instant noodles? Oh no! That can happen? Nothing's sadder than microwaving hungry man. But like in isolation, like when you do it 1 or 2 times. Oatmeal 1 time. Waltz Mark, we have talked about the utility of gourmet oatmeal on the stream before. I feel like we should all respect the ability. Pretty sure one of my YouTube viewers, and God bless them, they dropped a really sweet gourmet oatmeal recipe in the comments. Is this Spell Pierce? Do they have it? Rip. We're probably dead. So, yeah. Pretty rough. We could have Forbidden Alchemy there. I could have countered that too. Yeah. That was our one shot. Oh my goodness, Datuno. Yeah, we are the Maple Butter Oatmeal stream. It doesn't get much more Canadian than that, I don't think. Is oatmeal Canadian? Where do oats come from? Get probe. Yep. I was leaving up for days, but I guess I could have left blue up. You're right. That was probably the play. That was definitely the highest upside play. And did someone say maple butter? Y'all rubbed your pork in maple butter yet? Telling you guys. Now that's a moist tenderloin. I feel like this is really up high. Is this in front of my face tonight? Is it like unsightly? And Labatt Blue. Yep. Don't drink, kids. It's bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for Germ Daddy. It's bad for the insect elaboration. Do you know how you become so successful and ubiquitous across the entire Magic format? You stay completely edge like Delver of Secrets here did. And then you become a big, strong boy after that. Terry dodging the filter big time. Dodging the filter when it matters. All right, no more counter magic 1 time. Cycle Riverwinder. Oh, we're going to get dazed into the ocean right now. Here it comes. What's up, Vepridnir? How you doing? Prepare to be dazed into the ocean, everyone. Oh, they thought scour themselves. Okay. They don't hit an angler, which is kind of nice. Are they going to daze? I don't know what kind of liquid it is in an angler's mouth. Probably just like swampy water. I think foil could be nice in this deck too. Absolutely. Completely edged. Yeah, that, I mean, we need a lot of stuff to go right for us to win from that first turn. And this is not where to start. We'd have to go Running Edicts here, and I even think Running Edicts don't do it. But we are going to play as though Running Edicts would do it. Here comes a counterspell, I imagine. Oof. Big oof. Whiff on Augur. Variance. I guess Forbidden Alchemy might have been a better play there. I said we needed 2 Edicts, right? So let's play like we need 2 Edicts. Disfigure. All right, we'll Disfigure on their upkeep. I want to take actually literally no more damage from this Delver. Let's see if they got it. 4 cards in hand. They don't, or they just don't care. I actually think blue-black 1-drops originated from 2 members of the OG Pauper Discord. Oh, nice. Well, good luck. Have fun. I'm sure you'll do great. Well, Preordain. Resolving a Chainer's Edict here would be sweet. Counterspell doesn't do anything. Deadweight doesn't do anything. I'd rather have a land. There's a land. All right, so we'll Alchemy on their end step. But at this point, we're probably dead to Angler. Unless we get real lucky on some Edicts. Opponent's going to crack. Go looking. They might have top decked the counter there. I think Nasty's been tuning it since. I think, but the original like idea, it was much different. It was way, way different. Because I think you've cut all the birds, right, Nasty? And you've cut like some of the counter magic, changed your gush ratio. I know that Echoing Decay and Agony Warp were a couple of your innovations. And you've been like metagaming the main deck quite a bit as well, right? Yeah. I don't know about that, man. It still did pretty well. And it couldn't have been that bad if it drew your interest, right? You're like, oh man, this is so bad. I'm just going to play it a lot. I'm the only person that does that. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was really good. In terms of like a brew, quote unquote brew. Opponent on the dazes, which means, I wonder if they'll daze this Forbidden Alchemy. They probably will. Let's find out this time on our opponent dazes Forbidden Alchemies. Yep. Oh man, it's yeah, I don't know. In paper, I have a really hard time playing even remotely tight. I mean, I have a hard enough time with that generally. Okay. So if I play Muldrifter, they either counter it or they just kill it with Snuff Out. If I Forbidden Alchemy, I might find a removal spell. So I'm going to Forbidden Alchemy. I don't find a removal spell. So I'm going to take a land, because now this might involve flashing back Edicts. That doesn't seem right. I think I'm going to take Riverwinder. Cycle Riverwinder. Come on, Edict. God. Do we like lose all of them when I wasn't looking? Okay, they're there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, which means we'll need this to flash it back anyway. So I think I've got to go top. I think we're just dead. We're dead unless we can resolve Edict plus Muldrifter next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can't do that. So, you're so hungry. So, I think we just missed there. I think we're dead. And that's if they have absolutely no protection or interaction. But we're going to go like this and pass the turn. We might not want to even show them we have Edicts at this point. And I guess on that token, I probably should have just bottomed. Yeah, I think that's it. We probably should have just bottomed, whatchamacallit, bottomed Dimir Aqueduct. So we'll take a peek at the end of this game to see what the optimal play would have been. We'll go to 1. They play Augury. Yeah, we're dead. Cannot edict that board away. Chainers my board away, said our opponent as they revealed the counterspell with 2 blue mana up. But yeah, we're dead. Big dead. Yep. We're going to have a peek, though. See what's on top. Another Drifter wouldn't have done it. Grimfather wouldn't have done it. I guess, so we wouldn't have done this. But we could have, like, edicted, and we're at 1. So we were dead. Regardless. All right. What do we bring in? What do we bring in against the Wub Wubs? Do we try to be the more efficient counterspell deck? Or, I think Stinkweed Imp's probably okay. So let's bring in Stinky. Disfigures and Deadweights are good. Dispel is their poison of choice. I think Spellstarter Sprite's probably actually okay. Nice, Tatuno. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Blew up those lands with the green deck. They only have two planes. And if they got a combo to kill you, you're not even really worried about it. So, yeah, Muldrifter's probably a little slow. But also a way for us to come back. Cartouche probably doesn't do anything. Although Life Gain's like meh. I could get back to it. I could get back to having that in the deck. I like all of our instant speed removal. Edicts are actually pretty good against this deck, I think. Maybe not that good against this deck. Augur, Augur Bolas is around. These don't kill anglers. Neither do these. I think I'm going to take out Echoing Decays. For... You know what is good against this deck? Information. They can play around Relic fine enough. We only want Relic if we think putting them off Angler for a turn is going to win us the game, and I don't think it is. I think we want to bring in Duress. I think resolving Exhumes is probably important, and making sure we can kill enough creatures with Stinkweed Imp is probably important. But this isn't trivial. This is actually pretty hard. It is called Blue-Black 1-drops, and we're on the play. Daze is kind of bananas, but Spell Pierce doesn't do anything against Daze, really. Neither does Spellstarter Sprite, when you only have 2 of them. Don't think they're on a lot of edicts. I think I'm going to go like this. Let's see what happens. A pretty much unkeepable hand. Good. I feel like this is the maximum punishment for running mismatch lands. Drawing a hand this bad. This definitely doesn't win us the game. We have a Scry if it's a black land. Like if we have blue spells and black lands, then we're just dead. We don't have that many swamps. Oh my god. No lander. Okay. Sure. We're probably going to lose. I'm going to keep this. I know it's a no lander technically, but we get to 3 mana if we find a land. Okay. All right. So we're going to skip our first land drop like the bosses we are. But there's no forehand that can beat them. There just isn't. So it's either we scoop the match or we look for untap land there and keep going. We found a tap land, but it's a land nonetheless. So let's do it. It's been good, Vaporeneer. It's been it's been good. Any new land one more time. But we never didn't have it this time. Why are we stopping our opponent's upkeep? That was just bad running. It happens. It happens, guys. I don't want it to happen against, like, potentially one of the strongest decks in the whole format, but it does happen. When you're on a mull to 5, do you daze the Preordain? You probably do, right? There's an edict. No way to defend it, though. No way to fight it through. Riverwinder doesn't do enough. Continuing to hit our land drops does something. This isn't awful. Like, I could go untap land here. I think I'll go... bottom... both. We need more interaction. We do not need more Mull Drifters. Deck. Okay. That's the first and last time you'll ever hear me say that, though. Maybe one day I'll go down to -1 land. There'll be like a ghost land in my hand. To do that, we'll have to make a copy of a creature. That's a token. So that when Dinrova Horror bounces it back to our hand, it's like that weird grayed out card. The Negaland. You always need more Mull Drifters, which is like generally true. But not today. Our opponent has to be on the nothings for a good amount of time. Whiffing on this Augur would be a start, but I feel like they're taking so long because they're choosing between cards. Yeah. Ain't a card counter. And they have Relic on board, so we can't really get too crazy about it. 1, 2, 3. So they can hit Angler next turn, so we're going to try to Chainer's Edict. It's cute little Mullies. Of course you need them. Mully boys. And we'll Bojuka Bog them. Get rid of their creature, put them off Angler for next turn at least. They're going to leave up hard counter. Yep. Well, they might not have had a swamp. Maybe Bojuka Bog wasn't the play there. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's evoke Mull Drifter, try to undo our mulligan a little bit. Yep. Bounce Bojuka Bog. Yep. With our Dismal Backwater. And just continue moving on with our lives. Okay, so we have some more interaction. Interaction that can kill Delvers, and they can't resolve an Angler right now. I don't know. There's going to be some clawing and screaming and crying, but we might be able to do it. Augur Bolas. Just let it resolve, opponent. There's no reason not to. Why wouldn't you? Dismal Backwater. Pass the turn. We're okay hitting untap lands here because we might want to cast our Deadweight before we cast Mull Drifter. So that's why I'm not evolving Wild Zing. And wouldn't that be a turn? Threatened to remove Delver a few times. Force of Will. Here comes the Force of Will. Opponent passes. There's Stripe Riverwinder. We will run it out now. I don't know why we wouldn't try to run out Mull Drifter. We can't fight over it as it stands. What's this going to be? Daze. Hard cast Daze on Drifty Boy. Nope. Can't pay for that. Does this pop out the graveyard? Should I get ready? Alright. Cycles Ash Barrens. Doomblade, unfortunately, doesn't kill Gurmag Angler. It does kill Augur Bolas, so that we can edict away the Gurmag Angler. We already lost one of those, too. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. They're flooding out pretty good. This deck does not play a lot of lands, as I'm sure you're all well aware. Here comes the first Gurm Father of the evening for our opponent. Not of the evening, but of the moment. Yup. So that'll probably spell our demise. Our ghastly demise versus this deck. Preordain. Yep. See what we find with Preordain. Okay, Counterspell is a welcome find. I don't think we'll need another Bojuka Bog. Yeah, so I think we'll leave up Alchemy Counterspell here. Try to find an Edict with Alchemy. And maybe force it through with Counterspell later. I don't know if I want to play Bojuka Bog. I guess I might as well. It really does. The Gurmfather is just no... It is a very, very slow start from our opponent. It is just no joke how difficult it is to remove Gurmag Angler and Pauper. All right, what's it going to be? Get probe. Yep. 4 unknowns in our opponent's hand. Is it almost gush time? I wonder. Maybe they're lining it up so they can hard cast gush. That always does feel good. That's like big achievement. Shall we go to end step opponent? Imagine. Even giving us deck 5 life is a pretty big game. Our opponent's going to give us some tasty bait for our dead weight. So we'll alchemy. See what we find. Gurmag Angler is a decent blocker for Gurmag Angler. There's Gurmag Angler. We're going to bin an Edict, though. All right, we're going to give him some juicy targets. So we're going to get Chainer's Edict. We're going to put some stuff in our bin. I think this is when Relic goes away. Have a good night, Gendo Ikari 01. I'm glad to have you. Thank you. Have a good evening. All right. So now we'll try to duress our opponent. This could be a good turn. And I mean, they might as well counter this if we're going to counter anything. Yep. I wonder if we counter back. No, we can just defend our own spells and counterspell. So we will deadweight Delver. And Chainer's Edict. You. And pass the turn. So a lot of our answers are gone now. We have 1 Chainer's Edict left in our deck. So when they sack Relic, we're pretty much going to be out of opportunities to do anything about it. It doesn't look like they're too frisky on sacking Relic. I guess they can continue controlling our graveyard for a little while. That was a pretty alright turn. Duress came through. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Deep in that tank. Now if we can sneak out a Riverwinder, I'll feel like I'm in pretty okay shape. But we got to sneak out a Riverwinder. It's not trivial. They're really thinking about it. They know about this Doomblade too. So I don't really know. Yeah. So I think they're going to fight the good fight over this Riverwinder this turn. There's Augur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could have days. Do we just wait? I think we just wait. Play Augur. Augur can attack for 18 turns. And find us cantrips to find more lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to sack Relic. Okay. All right. You got it. A bunch of our stuff goes to exile. Did they find the counterspell? They're going to gush. Okay. Sure. So they had no counter magic. I think that was Stripe Riverwinder time. They're up to 7 now, 2 of which are lands. Augur comes down. Sweet. We find Preordain, which is... let's Alchemy. Because that might find us an Exhume and a juicy creature in the graveyard. Oh my god, I just picked Stripe Riverwinder for pretty much no reason. But it's okay. Now we can just try to cast 1 a turn for the next little while. So I'm fine with that. Fast clicking. It was a good choice. It was a good choice. My intuition is sound. Don't nervous click, gang. All right, so I think we can expect Gurmfather here now. And we gotta hope that 5/5s are enough. And that we resolve some. But maybe I should have risked it last turn. Maybe that was time. I really didn't want it to get hit by a daze. Our opponent, 7 cards in hand. They will pass. Okay. We find more Stripe Riverwinders. Well, I guess we're just going to try to cast 1. Although we don't have to. They're not doing anything. Yeah, let's not. We have counter magic. We can play around days soon. Just like Richard Garfield intended. Vanilla 5/5s Smash and face. There's Delver. Doesn't matter that much. If they want to get in a fight over it, we can do it with Doomblade on our end step. So try to Doomblade Delver. I doubt they'll fight over it. Although they may. There's Dispel. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we still can't flash this back, unfortunately. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. One of them is a land. Now we can play around Daze. Now it's time to cast the big stuff. So they're going to have a bunch of hard counters to deal with all these Riverwinders. There's a hard counter. Our opponent's at 17. We'll attack with Augur. Now if we have one more untap land, we'll be in pretty good shape. Well, we'll cast some Striped Riverwinders. That's what kind of shape we'll be in. Delver flips with a Preordain. Opponent going to snap it off. One card on top, one card on bottom. Get Probe. They know we're on all 5/5s. Their Snuffouts and stuff do just deal with them, but they also deal our opponent damage. One Gurmag, one of our 2 Gurmag Anglers in exile, 2 of our 3 Chainer's Edicts. So Island, 3 unknowns for our opponent. All right, try to cast another 5/5. Does this one get through? Wow, come on. I guess that's why they were doing nothing for most of the game. Okay. How many of our Exhumes did they get? How many of those are gone? None. Okay, well, they're all live draws. But I guess now they get to resolve Gurmag Anglers we'll have trouble dealing with. It could kind of go either way. How many anglers are in this list? All this bottom top probing makes you feel uncomfortable? Yeah. That is a series of euphemisms. Man, it's just 5/5 on 5/5 violence happening out here. 4 cards continuing to be in our opponent's hand, and here comes a big 5/5. Big stinking 5/5. Exhume. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. They don't have anything. I guess they have Augur of Bolas, but that doesn't really matter. We kind of have to fight 5/5s on 5/5s here. Oh, 5/5 on 5/5 violence is a real thing. Maybe we get back Muldrifter. Is that too greedy? And try to resolve Riverwinder next turn. How greedy is getting back Muldrifter here? It kills Delver. We can chump this, and we might be able to resolve Riverwinder next turn. I actually like Muldrifter a lot here. I know that sounds crazy, but we might draw into our other Gurmag Angler. Yeah, like I really like it. Our opponent finds a Daze. We draw a couple cards. Because this might find us answers. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Ultra Greed. So it's Augur of Bolas. We know they're low on interaction right now. Augur of Bolas will find us. Forbidden Alchemy and Disfigure, eh? We'll take Disfigure, put Stinkweed Imp in the bin, which is actually pretty sweet. We can dredge that back next turn. Let's Disfigure Delver. I feel like they're kind of off interaction here. And pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. No attacks. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. We have Counterspell up for potential Angler. But I think they're going to try to force another Angler through. I think that's part of their game plan here. We definitely want to commit a Stinkweed Imp to the battlefield. Yeah, we got punished by drawing removal spells. Opponent's going to play Relic. That doesn't really matter now. I guess we do lose Riverwinders. So it kind of matters, but not a whole lot. We want to save these counterspells to force the removal. We have a Riverwinder in our hand. So we just have to resolve that. Angler gets in. We'll chump. Don't want to go too low here. I guess we lost Stinky too. Oh well. Found an island. Let's try to play a 5-5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's cast a Riverwinder. Do they have 2 counterspells? They have Daze. We'll pay 1 for Daze. But that does mean we can't counter anything else. Ah, double Daze. Okay. Is this 3 Dazes? What the frig? What's going on here? Our opponent's just tapping us out. Comes down. Good. We'll get in with Mully D. I was pretty convinced that was going to happen. Our opponent's going to Echoing Decay Mully D. Okay. Sure. This is one of our last 5-5s. We have 1 more Gurmag Angler. But then we have to win with Muldrifters. So we have 1, 2... Yep. 2 Muldrifters left. Do they have Edicts? Oh my god, they have Edicts. Jeez. That's trouble. And also quite timely on their part. So we pretty much have to hit an Exhume here. Fine. Do we have Exhumes left? We do. We have 2 Exhumes left. That's not an Exhume. We're dead. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, we're not dead. Okay. So they have to not have another counterspell here. So we'll Edict. Flashback Edict. And if they have Daze, counterspell. Oh my god! My butthole is so tight right now. But we're like so dead. Like we don't have any more interaction. Opponent preordains. That's all of our edicts. We have 2 Exhumes to get Riverwinders back. We do have ways to deal with Delver. Oh, not another Angler. Come on. Come on. Oh, why? No, we're dead. Ah! I hate how close that was. This is really slow, but it looks like kind of a standard Blue-Black Alchemy hand, and I'm kind of inclined to think Blue-Black Alchemy is a not that bad deck. Probably lead on to mill a Dismal Backwater, and then hope we run into an untapped land. But this is a pretty strong hand, so I'm going to keep it. Is this you, Donald K? Is this you? Ooh. We're playing the Woob 1-drops again? XDs? Is Stinky going to get its redemption? This could just be Scred Delver. And we are Wrathless, even in the sideboard. But I feel like we have a good main deck against Scred Delver. We just have to resolve Exhume on a Riverwinder. So if I knew I was playing Scred Delver, I'd probably mulligan this. But I didn't know that. There's Exhume. No way to get anything into our bin. We're hoping for untap land, so we'll lead on Dismal Backwater, as opposed to Evolving Wilds. Any untap land next turn lets us interact with their fairy or what odds that they have. So we'll see what they've got. Man, it's so weird. Like, we barely ran into Delver decks last night, hey? And then some nights you're just always playing against fairies. Fairy decks. But I guess they're completely different. Blue-Black 1-drops is not fairies by a long shot. So let's see if we hit our land drop with... never mind. Time to live our meme dream, gang. No counterspell opponent. No counterspell 1 time. Opponent gonna leave up 2 blue mana conspicuously. Get an island. Cycle a Riverwinder. We can play around Daze. We can play around Spell Stutter Sprite. We cannot play around Hard Counter or even really afford it here. So we're gonna go ahead and run out an Exhume. With 2 blue mana, apparently. What do you think? You got it? Oh. Cartouche, cartouche, cartouche. I'll take an aqueduct. I'll bottom island, top aqueduct. Pass the turn. 5/5 hexproof big boy. That is so weird that they didn't have any interaction. There's Auguray of Bolas, so hopefully that'll lead a Chainer's Edict here. If we get on tap land, we can Edict and hit our own Bolas. So maybe I should have left that island on top. Cast 2/2 drops. But Dimir Aqueduct means 2 land drops. We can get a little bit more aggressive about... Oh, it meant we could have anglered this turn. Such a welcome. Yeah, so I think we are just going to Edict here. This will keep him off Ninja as well. Then we'll Dismal Backwater, and next turn we can try to bait with an Augur and run out Angler. Opponent tanking about whether they're sack Augur or Bolas. Oh, I hope so. I hope this is an easy game. I would love it. I would love if this was an easy game. Please. Oh, days doesn't even... 2 dazes? Double days. I wouldn't even mind. Go for it, opponent. Double daze your heart out. Maybe they have 2 dazes. I don't know. They could have 2 dazes in hand. They pitched a Gush to hand size. It's ballsy. Alright, sweet. Resolves. So we will... Preordain. Get some F6 value. Don't think we want another Riverwinder. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we want another land here, so we'll bottom both of these. Muldrifter would be nice. More stuff to kill fairies. Dang it, now I want that other Riverwinder. But now we can even try for Angler into Exhume. If I knew Exhume was the next card. Deck, stop being such a troll, guy. You were real nice to me there for a second. So next turn, if Angler gets hard countered, we can just Exhume it back out, and then we're attacking with 2 5/5s, and then we're going to be in a good spot. Hopefully. Our opponent might just miss their land drop again. Brainstorms. Skred's pretty good tech against Gurmag Angler, I will say. Come on, Turbo Riverwinder tech. Come on. Ponders. Still a land drop. So this will probably be shuffle mode. Yep. Shuffles and draws. Hey, welcome to the Jank Bank Paulus KPS. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your stay tonight. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Opponent pitches days to hand size. All right, so we'll go to combat. We can do a lot of stuff this turn. This is a pretty good goldfish. So we'll preordain because that might... There's more Exhumes. I guess we probably want exactly 1 Exhume, but we probably don't want the rest of these cards. Find an island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, Augur. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them. Hoping you're enjoying the live stream as well. And Gurmfather. We're definitely having a pretty good time out here tonight. So just leaving Edict. And we got lethal on board for next turn, opponent. If you're ready. It's coming. We're just going to pass. And let us do it. By the look. Got him. So this, it could be... Like, blue-black 1-drops doesn't play that many cantrips, do they? We didn't see any black mana. We didn't see any Ash Barrens. They're obviously stuck on a color. I hardly ever see Snow Islands at a mono blue Delver. This is probably Skred Delver, and I feel like our main deck is good. Imagine 3 mana Wrath of God. What would they have to do? Like Mountain Manamorphose for 2 black, and then that 1 black Wrath that's actually a rare that they couldn't play. It could even be Tribe. No, you're right. It could be Tribe. That's a really good point. So, we don't know though, right? I think Pestilence is good regardless. So we're going to bring in Pestilence. Sorcery Speed removal is not good against any of the decks we've been talking about. So I think I'm going to go down 1 Edict for the Pestilence. Cartouche is good. Maybe Deadweight's bad. We'll go up. Yeah, Cartouche. I agree. I don't know, though. Cartouche on Mervawinder is good, but I like Cartouche with Pestilence, too. I think that's right. I kind of want to bring in Stinkweed Imp instead. I think Cartouche costs 3 mana. I like that idea, but... Oh, Deadweight is good against Trap, you're right. Oh, Hellutech. Hellutech with the actual tech. What's up? So now what? Maybe just take out... No, we kind of want Edicts. I think we're going to have to lose the Cartouche. I think this is too good against Tribe. I didn't think about that. That's the whole reason this is in the deck. And I think just bringing Pestilence in for a Chainer's Edict is probably what we want to do. Especially because we don't want to know what this is. Yeah. It is a good card. It works so well with some of the rest of our deck. There you go, deck. There you go, bud. That's how you do it when you want to go positive. I appreciate that, deck. Thanks, bud. You're the best. Well, isn't this special? The Stinky definitely does not. But much slower and needs a creature, yeah. And we don't have a ton of creatures. Isn't this awkward? With Riverwinder, this is so good. Actually, with Muldrifter, this is so good. So we have 8 hits in the deck. 7, actually, I think. We have 7 hits in the deck. This is all the land drops we'll ever need. We're in game 2. I think I'm going to keep it. I've seen so many bad 5s. Oh, deck, no. I've seen so many bad 5s that I'm inclined to keep this. It's definitely not the risk-reward play that rewards most Pauper decks into wins, but it is a thing. I'm going to hold on to Bazooka Bog for exactly 1 turn. Preordain. Okay, all right. That's good. That's good. That can help. That can definitely help. Opponent's going to stop on our draw step. What does that mean? Okay, any new land. Now stop. That's it, man. We don't have perfect mana bases. We run fewer lands so that we can get paid off when our decks run properly. Especially these decks that are just like one-offs at 5-0 every now and then. Has anybody ever played... So when I was doing the deck and doing these games, I've been thinking about when this deck first came around. I don't know if it was Kung Fu that worked on it. I think Lynx might have worked on it as well. I don't know if they're here. But when it was playing Delver, I know it came out of the Discord or it came out of the Reddit or something like that. But it was playing Delver. It was like Steel Osprey. I don't know. Somebody built the version of this deck with Delvers in it, and I think that's sweet. So run out of Swamp, pass the turn. This hand is super weird, but we don't know what our opponent's doing at all. Ash, we're going to find out. Plains? Got there. Now we just got to hope this Doomblade resolves. Probes us, sure. So we do have the kind of hot tech with like Bazooka Bog. So if they go Tribe here, Circular Logic backup. No, actually that's pretty bad. They'll have to have a land to combo off next turn. So I think we go untap Swamp next turn. If they play Tribe here. They do. So I think we have to play untap Swamp and hope they can't kill us. Because I think if they have Inside Out in hand, this is the only way we can win. So we got to hope they don't have Counter Magic backup. They probably do. I don't know why they would have. I also think we're dead, Proteus. No land, 1 time. And I think pretty much regardless, we'll try to do... Do they have it? Do you have an opponent? I wonder. They need it all, eh? Oh, they're just going to hit for 1. Okay. Okay. So now we can play around Circular Logic. There's Riverwinder. So, I don't know. I think we have to try. Bazooka Bog. Nuclear Graveyard. I know this deck plays a bunch of Dispels and stuff, too. So get rid of their graveyard. And I think we'll do it on their turn. so that they'll have to use their mana. I guess as soon as they go to put something in their graveyard, we have to do it. Doomblade. Did you get us? Are we dead? Dag nabbit. They had us all along. So we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, Dispel would have got us regardless. So they had the nut. They also had Circular Logic. Oh, right, because they can just pitch a card to Tribe. So playing around Logic doesn't even really make sense. I thought I was so clever. I thought I was like, oh man, we're going to get them. But no, they could just like pitch whatever, you know, and then fizzle Doomblade with Circular Logic. But they had Dispel. They're going all in. They want to hit us big time. I do like it when I die to a big tribe. If opponent's going to tribe us out this quick, I prefer it's a huge tribe. But yeah, sweet. That's tribe, everybody. So, all right. We got Helutech with us. So what are we bringing in? Cartouche? Stinky? Flood? I feel like Flood's so good here. Right? If we get Flood, they just can't ever attack with Tireless Tribe. Flood's amazing. Yeah, I can believe that. They welcome us back. What do you guys think? Flood? Flood for Flood? Is it time? I think it's time. We can't really... Echoing Decay doesn't do anything. Pestilence is probably too slow. Flood is sweet. I like Flood. I love it. So we get Flood. What else do you guys think? Is Cartouche too slow? Yeah. And nobody's expecting Flood. Like, who's expecting Flood? Right? So, Edict comes back in for sure. 100. Is Disfigure not good enough? Disfigure, I like 1 mana instant speed removal for Tribe. How's this look, guys? Is this what we're going with? Is Pestilence too slow? I feel like you have to deal with it before turn 4. I feel like Pestilence is just worse than Echoing Decay. Right? But it's so hard to fight them on their turn. I really do like these answers that you can just put on the battlefield. Yeah, it's really, really hard to fight them on their turn. Yeah. Because they can't really answer this, right? What about Duress? Pulling their combo apart's not going to do it. Pierce and Duress? Really? Spellstutters, Pierce, Duress, Chainers. All right. If Helutech's telling me for those ones, that's what we're doing. And what are we taking out? Orflux. Take out Disfigures. I can live with that for sure. Doomblade's even? Doomblade's too slow? Doomblade probably too slow. What do you guys think? Doomblade too slow? Now I'm all confused. Maybe take out... Keep Disfigure? Oh man, well what are we going to take out? We only got 27 seconds. There's 66 cards in our deck. Alright, I'll take out Cartouche. I'll take out Pestilence. I think Pestilence might be a little slow, even though it does answer it on board. I'll take out a Riverwinder, a Muldrifter, a Disfigure, and an Alchemy. Go. Whew. Oh, guys, we got turn 1 Flood. Can't lose. Snap keep. Oh my god, I almost had an aneurysm, guys. Boom. Panic mode sideboarding is best sideboarding. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor just played really, really loud for our opponent. Do you guys hear it? I heard it. Augur of Bolas does not find us black mana. That's black mana. Let's commit it to the battlefield. Let the bodies... It might not even be that good. They're just gonna like Giga Drowse us and win. Alright, Augur comes down. Yep. I just love that we had it turn 1, and I think it's so good. Like, they'll probably beat us while we got it on board. Island, okay. I don't think we're in any position to like pressure Augur of Bolas to the point where these Chainer's Edicts get any better, so I think we're going to Edict now, because we might have to do it later. And I kind of am okay with just playing 2/2 drops next turn. So we'll Edict now. There goes Aguirre. And I get so pumped about that flood. The only flood you're ever excited to see. Opponent brainstorms. We're on the kill him with an Augur plan now, gang. Yeah, that was fun. I love this card so much. That like Fairy Flood deck I played, it was the most tilt-inducing deck I think I've ever played in my life. Some decks just can't beat it once you've got your mana base kind of built out. As long as you hit 2 lands for every creature they hit off the top of their deck, golden. Plus you can just like counter everything. Counter the stuff you can't answer. They're like, they can't possibly have another Doomblade or Chainer's Edict in hand. I'm gonna run this tribe about. This is when you hit them with the LD. Really get them. Dismal Backwater. Okay, let's Augur of Bolas, see if we want to find an untap land, or play an untap land. Well. So I think maybe Augurs come out for Spellstutter Sprites. Maybe Doomblade won't matter here. We can do all of it on our turn. But while we've got all of this, while we've got Flood on board, like I don't know how important it is to kill Tribe. It's a nice 1/3, hey Donald K? There he is. There's that boy. Preordain. Yep. So I think we just try to Edict, and we wait to see if they're going to Giga Drowse, and if they are, we'll Doomblade. Alright, so play a land. Chainer's Edicts. And Alchemy for land drop looking pretty plausible. They're going to Logic. Okay. Yep. Pay blue. Nope. And pass. They might have like dive down or something. That'd be crazy. Did they do that? All right, so we will tap on their upkeep, I think. Yeah. Is upkeep tap correct? Can we talk about this later? Unless I die here. Opponent ponders. We need to hit a threat too. This Forbidden Alchemy pretty much has to hit Riverwinder. Like if we find an Exhume with this Alchemy, I'm feeling pretty good. But we still have to leave up 2 blue mana for pretty much the rest of our lives. Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, let's leave a stop here. And hope Flood comes through. Stormbound Geist. Oh, that has flying. Frig. We cannot tap Stormbound Geist with our Flood. So opponent might be on the killing us fairly plan. They can Circular Logic here. Do you guys think they have another Circular Logic? Even without foil. That was why they printed foil, so that Tribe had an answer to Flood, or to foil. So what do you guys think? Do you think they have 3 cards in hand? Do you think I should risk the Doomblade on Tribe here, or no? Do you think I should Forbidden Alchemy looking for a land drop? Like this turn's hard. By a lot. Because we have 2 Edicts in the bin. I know they have Stormbound Geist, but we can deal with that eventually. We have Flood on board, so it's actually not that urgent. Yeah, probably. Well, I think, yeah, we've got it locked down by Flood anyway, right? So I think we're going to alchemy looking for a land or an Exhume. Yeah, they can only Giga Drowse. They can Giga Drowse X1. So we can't even do that. We'll have to do it on their turn. We can cycle Riverwinder. No, we can't do that either. Yeah, we can. We can cycle Riverwinder. And then we've got Doomblade plus Alchemy on. Another Riverwinder. Okay. Pass. And we'll tap Tireless Trap. Hopefully. Opponent, gonna go to combat, attack for 2. We really have to get a 5/5 on board. Pretty bad. So hitting land there would have been ideal. Preordain. This will help us find our land drop. I guess bottom, top. Playing Evolving Wilds. Go to combat. Attack with Augur. Pass the turn. And flood the tribe. Opponent goes to combat and attack with Stormbound Geist. This just kind of like enabling their circular logics is almost good enough. Opponent passes. We'll go get black mana. What do we find? Swamp. So we have 7 mana for Flashback Edict, but I don't think it's time to do that. So we will Alchemy. They're going to Dispel Alchemy. Okay, sure. Pass the turn. Attack. And then pass the turn. Man, this is tense. Yeah, no, you're right. I think that'll be the now. I think we have to. Opponent ponders. No mercy at all, just flooding an entire nomadic tribe. If they shuffle here, I think this is the turn to Doomblade. For sure. Yep. Ponders again. And then if we can kill this, I can run out Riverwinder. And I like that. Chooses not to shuffle. Okay. Another tribe. You got it. I still think we have to try to Doomblade here. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. They're definitely tying us up pretty good. So attempt to Doomblade Tireless Trap. Yeah, I get to play the game again. Augur's not bad. So we'll Augur. Three cards in our opponent's hand, so they're not threatening that much. Counterspell is nice. Eventually. And pass the turn. Upkeep. Now our clock is equal to theirs, at least. Tap a couple tribes. We kind of need a way to get a 5/5 into play. Like, we need that efficient... We need that efficient thing to do. You know? We got to start attacking with a 5/5. Like a long time ago. Yep. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Looks like they're F6ing. Getting some F6 value here. Or maybe not. 4 cards in hand. No cantrips. There we go. Okay. So we have a Riverwinder in the bin already. We have Counterspell backup for this Exhume. And so we want to know if this Exhume resolves before we attack. So let's Exhume. They're going to get back an Augur, which kind of sucks. because we can't attack through it. But we will get our 5/5 that we've been looking for. I don't know if we can afford to force this through. Do you guys think we can afford to fight over this? This circular logic. We can, right? Like, we just have to be patient. Because if we counterspell here, we give them an opportunity to win. Because we're at 14. No. So we can't fight over it. We have to tap these tribes. And hopefully find another 5/5 before we're dead. So attack. Oh, that was so good, though. We've seen 4 counterspells out of them so far. But we won't find an opening. They're tying up 4 of our mana every turn and attacking for 2. Cycles, yep. So 2 cards and a land in our opponent's hand. Tap. And tap. I don't think we'll ever realistically be hardcasting this Riverwinder, so I think it is time to cycle it as well. And maybe I should have done that a little while ago. There were a couple of turns where we had 1 mana up. More Stormbound Geists? Ugh. Okay. That's making it hard. Yep. Now this is a board state Pestilence could use. Needed a 5/5 a while ago. Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. There's a 5/5. All right. So we will Gurm Daddy for 1. Pretty much everything but Riverwinders. I don't know if we'll ever find an opportunity to get these Delvers or these Edicts off. I'm going to eat 1 Edict and 1 Riverwinder. Angler comes down. We'll attack with Augurs. And pass. Tap these. We've got them on a 2-turn clock. And they don't have us on a 2-turn clock, so hopefully that's enough. And I may very well Spellstutter Sprite a cantrip. Yep, we'll take 4. Oh, guys, this is tense. Giga Drowse. Oh my god! Another Stormbound Geist. Come on. Okay. We've still got them on a 2-turn clock. They're going to pass. Okay. Island is good. He's playing Island. Go to combat. Attack for 7. Our opponent can't block. They go to 6. Yeah, I definitely am. Pass the turn. Spellstutter Sprite and Counterspell. Big time. Big time punishment. Nah, I think we've got it. We can counter whatever they have to disrupt us from winning. We've just got to hope they don't find, like, Giga Drowse here, I guess. Because if they find Giga Drowse, we lose. And I think if they don't, we win. So we'll see if they found it. Gushes, okay. Sure. Probe. Yep. That might matter. Oh, come on. Just give it to me. Please. Probe. Sometimes it's so hard to believe. Land. Yup. Please report your opponent. Will do. So did you get it? Did you get it or not? Like, just tell me. We can counter 2 instances of Giga Drowse now, which I think means we win anyway. Yup. Down to 2. I think we're getting slow rolled now. Are we now getting slow rolled? Is this what this is? Is this like a preemptive GG from the other side? Double gut shot. Double gut shot doesn't even do it. What's up, Shiny Rob? How you doing? They already played their land, so they'd have to have like a Lotus Petal for that one. For shock. Oh god, I'm so sweaty. Did we win or not? Like, just tell me. Let it go. Let it go. Either we won or we lost, okay? We're either first or last now. All right, sweet. Our opponent is the nicest person on the planet. So either way, I think we're dead or not. I think Helutech identified probably the only incorrect possible play line back there when we just weren't Doomblading and we were thinking about it all the time. I don't know. They might have us. Some people are like just demonic like that. They'll just like wait for a really long time and then get you. You know what I mean? Maybe they know they have it and they just don't want to show us. They're just playing with their food a little bit. That's what I always think it is. That's why I like to play janky combo decks, because you're either first or you're last every single time. We found Doomblade. Okay. So yeah, fetching a swamp was an incorrect playline. I thought we might have to cast multiple removal spells in a turn. Opponent. Our draw step. Opponent paying costs, not paying costs. Opponent's playing World of Tanks. It's a good game. Giga Drowse. Okay. So Giga Drowse goes. They copy it. So if we counter 2 copies, we win, right? How does this work? Do I just not know how to copy Giga Drowse and I win? Or I lose? They're going to target Angler, target Angler. Oh, they just target Angler with all of them. Yeah. No, I think they got us. Angler. Yeah, okay. So they didn't, though. Okay, so Spell Starter Sprite. We got to counter this one and this one. Yeah. So Spell Stutter. Oh, guys, I'm so nervous. They skipped the match. But I don't get it. We were dead, right? Anyway. Just finished up the league with blue-black Exhume. It's amazing when you can cheat a Striped Riverwinder into play early on. You guys would have seen that in some of the early games. Some decks just have absolutely no answer to it. True nail-biter at the end of that tribe match. Our opponent kind of misplayed a little bit at the end, allowing us to win, but hey, it was still sweet. We got him, so we got the chest. Yeah, I really like this deck. It was tough to play against blue-black 1-drops because they were so good on tempo. They could just stop us every time they wanted to, and Boggles just ran us over, despite the whole punting and not bringing Auraflux in out of the sideboard. But yeah, it's all about cheating in a quick Riverwinder, and if you can do that, you're going to win some pretty easy games. I love this deck, so thanks Tyler29. Congrats again on your 5-0. Thanks for watching the whole league out in YouTube land, and thank you for hanging out for the whole stream here on Twitch. So yeah,